Good morning, guys. Hope you're well. Here we are, 5th of August. We're going to be looking at the strength in the market, see which of the pairs is best to pick. This can also help you with an indices as well. And then we're going to look at the economic calendar, see if there's any times you need to avoid and be fully aware of spikes in the market. Now, I do this every single morning for the squad. I try and get it up before 8 o'clock, and then it goes public a little bit later. So if you're any member of the squad, you get to see these videos straight away. Okay, so let's rock on and see where we are. What we're looking at the moment is the euro is pushed its way to the very top. But let's start with the biggest movers and shaker. It's the JPY has had the biggest growth over the last data sample. It's actually bumped up 5 points, which has put it into the top three, which is a good position to be in because the top three are what are going to be drivers of the market. And then it comes into the CAD, which has fell 5 points. So they have had a good separation and they are shaking the market up a little bit. Now, from the grid point of view, what it's done is it's started to pick out products that are pretty good. Now, the market pick in the top corner has shown the euro as the best contender. No shock there. It's top of the tree. And then you compare it against what it considers to be the weakest. Now, it also has to be roughly around 2 to 3 times stronger than what it's going to pitch against. That will create big movement. So euro CAD, I don't trade the CAD, so bump it over. Euro dollar is market choice today. From strongest and weakest, then you can go down the Aussie and then obviously just work your way through it. And the US JPY is a good option as well. But we'll come on to this in just a second. What you can see here, now this is the majors, because it does look at major minor crosses because it's paired them all. But these are the majors that people look at. And it's picked out 3, which is the Aussie US. That's pretty good. It's continuing its trend. The Euro USD has now started to come into play. It's not quite as good as what it looks because it hasn't indicated that yet. But it's telling you whatever movement and it's slowing. So what it is, it's actually looking at a change of direction. And then you've got the US JPY, which again is gaining pace. Okay. So from there, it's narrowed it down into 3. And then if you want to pick your own, you can come over onto this. Now, the way I do it is I only look at a certain basket. I've stripped out sort of Euro JPY and Pound JPY simply because my go-tos are starting to come into play the most. And the go-tos that I use trade all the time is Euro dollar, Pound dollar, and US JPY coupled with a couple of indices. Now, the indices for a long period of time weren't in play because they were so high, I couldn't really judge where they were going to go. But now they've come down a bit. I've got key levels I can work to, so I'm now looking at those again. So again, a good way to work out which way to look for your indices is you want the strongest currency and it'll pair against it because you're looking for movement within that as well. If a currency is strong, well, that means people have money in their pockets, things like that. But it also means it'll affect the currencies like a correlation rather. Because if currencies go up, in theory, an indices should come down and likewise. Okay, so you can keep an eye on your strength of currency for that as well. So euro is top of the tree. It's way above the pound. So for me, I'd be looking at the DAX more than I would be looking at, say, the FTSE. So, of the bunch, euro dollar is definitely good. It's got good separation. We've got the dollar losing ground, euro gaining ground. So that's in the right way. Then we go to pound. Well, the pound's in the middle and the US ain't that far away. So it kind of writes that off. And then thirdly, you've got US JPY. And again, they're going like that. So the 2 choices today would be Euro USD and USD JPY for the currencies, more heavily to Euro. Now, you can also look at change of strengths to start working that out as well. And the way you would do that is, again, you want to see the movement. That is gaining ground still. This is losing ground. What you got to remember is when that's on the top of the tree, it's only got one way to go, which is down. So I'll be keeping close eye on change of strength. And if the change of strength starts deleting, in other words, go negative, that means it stays at the top and numbered. At the moment, it's pretty strong today. And then we can look this way. And again, it's US is pretty good. US JPY rather, because that's still gaining ground. That's still losing ground today. But euro dollar is the one. Now we're going to drop down into see what news is available. Now, there is some PMIs today, but they're not really highlighting. So you've got them coming in on the euro in and around 10 to 9. So I need to be careful. So I won't be starting trading till about 9 o'clock. Get all of these out of the way. Then it hits into the pound. And as you see, you run through. But it has it as low impact. Now, PMI goes either way. Same as CPI. A lot of economic calendars have them as low to medium, when really if something comes out, it can shake the market. So I'm always very aware if you see PMI or CPI, always be careful of it. And then, of course, I'm pretty aware of high impact. So we know they're coming in and around 9 o'clock, so I need to be careful. And then it's coming in again later on the afternoon at about 3:15, which is here. Okay, so again, just be careful. Now, when you drop it down onto this highlights it a little bit more so you can see it. So really, the PMI that I'm interested in is the one at 3 o'clock. Okay, so 3 o'clock, I'm going to be careful, and I'm also going to be careful in and around 1 to 1:30 for these. These won't necessarily change the market's direction, but they may spike it in the short term. And I'm not too worried about trading straight through them, but I'll be very careful with how my stock placement is. I would widen it out a little bit just to give it that little bit of room. And if I'm not in a trade, I just won't enter it in the first place. So there's only really sort of 1 through 1:30 to be concerned about once I've got through 9 o'clock. And then I'll keep half an eye at 3 o'clock. So have yourselves a great day, guys. Catch you all soon.